All right, this was part of my paid program that I used to charge for. I'm giving it away to you for free. Why? Because too many good men are stuck grinding it out, and I'm sick of fake coaches feeding you guys bullshit when you deserve more. This training actually works. Watch it, take notes, and implement it. And if you're serious, join my community, the Brotherhood, or book a call. Everything's down below in the description. Let's get into the training. Let's go. Now, an introduction to this lesson is that we're going to be diving into one of the most crucial parts of building your online presence, your IG profile. Now, why is this important? It's very, very important because the first 3 seconds that a new client will come to your profile, they're going to make a judgment. Now, if that profile is not set up correctly, how many times have you heard it in life? First impressions count. It's exactly the same with the online real estate space here with your profile. So we're going to need to make sure that everything is looking sharp, professional, and speaks directly to your target customers. So here's what we're going to cover in the lesson today. And we're going to run you through a couple of things right now. So your bio. This is where you're going to introduce yourself and make things very clear what you do. Every word counts and why. The bio is your first piece of real estate that your clients will see. It's where you tell them who you are, what you do, and why you do it, and why, more importantly, that they should trust you to come and pay you money for your services. For this section, I want you to use clear, concise language, mention your expertise or specializations in what you do in your services, and then highlight how you can solve your clients' problems, because that's what we do as entrepreneurs. We solve problems. Next up is profile picture. Now, this is very important. We need a professional, approachable image that represents you and your brand correctly. Why? A profile picture is like your first handshake. It makes an impression. I want you to look at the camera. I want there to be eye contact. I want you to have an engaging look on your face. I want your picture or your profile to represent you and your brand in a good natural light that allows people to know you, like you, and trust you. If you're looking away from the camera, or if you are too small in the image, if you're in a group of other people, it's going to be very hard for that new client that we bring in from Leeds to identify and trust you and make a connection. Keep it high quality, well lit, and welcoming. So as I said, high definition, make sure there's good light, and also look at the camera and smile. You can smile, right? Another thing I want you guys to do is avoid using unclear, blurry, casual images. Try and, like I said, just make sure it represents you and your brand the best. An ideal scenario here would either be a headshot with either your barbershop in the background, or maybe just the plain color of your brand sat behind you with a little bit of light behind you to make you pop and stand out, looking clearly at the camera, smiling, and making a connection with the audience. Now, SEO. A lot of people don't speak about this because SEO is usually a search engine optimization, but there is SEO on Instagram. I'm going to show you how to do that in our walkthrough in a minute. I'll show you how to literally optimize your profile in a way so that you're showing up when people search for your services. It's a big fact now that customers and clients, especially in the barber niche, are going in onto Instagram and going London barber, New York barber, Miami barber. So what we need to start doing is understanding what are those people searching for, and how can we get into their search optimization when they're looking for somebody. So why do we do this? Because if you're not showing up in your search results that your clients are making, you're obviously losing out on clientele, and they're going to go to another barber in your area, and you're missing out on money, which should be in your pocket. And I also want you to use niche related hashtags to make sure that you're targeting the right audience. Now, your profile grid and highlights. Let's move on to this section. Now, so this is where a client gets a feel of your work and your brand. So the first 3 posts that will be pinned to your profile. We just spoke about the transformation post, and we're getting onto that in a couple of lessons time. So the first one will be the transformation post, and then we'll have another couple pin posts to tell your story, tell your brand story, and then show a little bit of information to people to get them to know you, like you, and trust you, so that they're connected with you and your brand. And that's what we want. So why is it important that the highlights and the grid are visually storytelling tools, right? So the reason for that is because they should be showcasing your work, solving problems like prices, opening times. So if you remove the most amount of friction when someone comes to your profile, and it's just easy for them to book an appointment with you, They know exactly what information to find out on how much you charge, where your shop is, how they can park, what types of haircuts you do, the work that you do. All of this is a big positive that another barbershop is not doing in your local area. So when they have a choice of, do I go to this barber who's organized and I know exactly what I'm getting and what I'm paying, or do I go to this barber who I've got a message and have a conversation with, who probably I'm not even going to message because there's already someone here who's got all the information I need, right? So it makes sense. Now, lastly, we're going to be covering your link in your bio. This is your profile link. It's your call to action. It is your money link. It's where clients go to book with you. Now, I'm already hoping that most of you have got this down pat and you understand what this is. We'll talk later on in the program about getting you onto bookings. But if you're predominantly a walk-in barbershop right now, this could be a link to your website to build more credibility. But for now, I want to make sure that your link is very visible and it's accessible. Make sure that the link is not broken. I've had clients before where they've typed the letter wrong or they've done a typo and the link doesn't work, so they're missing out on a shit ton of clients. The link is to your booking page, not just to your home page. So if we can, again, removing friction, if we can answer all the questions on our Instagram profile with the information the client needs, then all they've got to do is click a link. Instead of it going to your homepage and then having to navigate or get confused or distracted on your homepage, if we just have that link directly to your booking software, again, it's just removing friction that could distract the client and have them remove themselves from, actually taking action on what we want them to do. So make sure that that's clear, and then indicate a clear call to action in your DM. So usually we say book your next barber experience with an arrow pointing down to the link, and that should be all okay. Now, why optimization of your profile really matters. So I'm going to just explain this real quick. Having these elements set up correctly make your profile work for you 24/7. When you're asleep, clients are going online and they look at who you are, what you do, and why you do it. And then they can look at your work, they can see what time you open, they can have all of the friction removed, and they can even go and book on your website to book a haircut with you. You've literally had to do nothing because the profile's done all the work for you. This is your first impression. Make sure that that counts every single time. So next steps is what we're going to cover is jumping on a computer, and then I'm going to show you guys what an optimized profile looks like and then break down all the elements you guys need with a template for you guys to copy. Now, the next steps is I'm going to jump on the computer and we're going to dive into what an optimized profile looks like from one of my previous clients. And then I'm going to show you how to optimize your profile using the same structure and a couple of template stuff for you to do. I'll see you guys in just a second. Let's jump in. Okay, what's going on, guys? We've jumped onto the computer here. I'm on Instagram.com and I've got 3 examples of 3 of my clients. Every one of my clients has a great profile, but I've just picked the first 3 that I could find with a couple of different elements. I've got 2 barbers and 1 hair salon unisex place that I work with. So I'm going to walk you through the elements and why they are good. So first and foremost, obviously the username is perfect here. Anyone who's looking for the barbershop, which is Wise Guys. Now, excuse me, the logo of their barbershop is right there, so that's perfect. Wise Guys is in their search name, so using SEO again, searching for a specific barbershop. Obviously, they've got their barber category there. Now, the first line is telling people what they do, which is they are a professional master barbers. The second line is a location. Third line is a piece of information about the business. So they're open 7 days a week, 9 till 5. And then obviously, you'll see this is quite relative. We want to let the client know to book their barber experience below. That's the CTA. And then these guys are on Nearcut, the booking system. Moving down into the highlights section, you've got Barber Bilal, Barber Ahmed, Barber Orlando, and trading hours and reels. Now, what could be better? These guys could be adding things in like price list, and probably you'll see in the next client's profile, and you probably could put a picture of the barber's face on these barbers so people could connect with their barbers. So I'll make sure I get onto the clients about doing that. But they've got a really great profile grid here. They've got this black and white theme going through, taking up their pictures, and yeah, it looks cool, man. I really like these guys, their vibe. But they're down in Australia, obviously, if you haven't seen that already. Down on the Gold Coast, they've got a really great profile. So yeah, that's them. The next one is Darian As you can see here, Darian's got his logo, really stands out. I love his logo. It pops there as well. And because I've got dark mode on and he's got a background, it just makes it pop really nice. Again, Visionaries Barbershop in the name. So one thing that I've got to do now with Darren is make sure that we're changing up his name just here. He was previously using this as a personal account or a personal barber account, but now we've since grown the business and now we've changed it and converted it to a business account. So that's cool. Again, Visionaries Barbershop, that's where the name comes from. And on the first line, second line is where they're located. Third line is, you know, the times they're available. And then they've got book your next barber experience down below onto their down onto their link. So that's all good. And again, highlights are really good. Opening hours, prices. And then what I love about this is, which I suggested for the previous client, is they had some you know, pictures of the actual barbers, reviews, services. I like all this. There's a lot more selection on here on Darian's profile. One thing I would say is probably I would have Darian and the barbers right at the front so people can instantly connect with people. People buy from people. I've said that before. So that's a little touch up there. If you're building your profile right now, take that into consideration. And then also, as you can see, they've got pretty good content. I love these guys out in Connecticut, and they're doing a great job. That's the two barbers out the way. Now what I want to do is move on to a salon in the UK, a unisex place that we work with. Again, the name is Maverick Hair Studio. They've got the blue tick as well. That was on the recommendation from me because when they're out there commenting. If you want to know about the blue tick and the benefits of it, I can tell you. But just briefly, it helps you be at the top of all the posts. So when you're doing outreach, it shows you're a bit more credible. And there's other stuff as well. We'll get into that in another lesson. And then they've just got hairdressers and barbers, letting people there, you know, both sides of the coin. That they're available today. They've got spots available, so that's cool. Open Monday to Saturday 9 till 6, and then late nights Monday and Wednesday, because obviously that's what they do. Book online or DM here. And then they've got that. I would, if it was me personally, I would remove the Maverick Hair Studio out of there. But they are, they love that. That's what they do. They use it on every post. So that's their unique hashtag. So that's cool if they want to use that. I would just probably switch those two lines around and then have that there. And I would put book your next hair experience. That's what I would do to really uplift the service that they're doing. Again, Rich has done a great job on the highlights. And if you're looking to do your own profile, definitely model these three guys here, and you know, try and put it into your own brand in your own way. But you can see the colors are definitely on point. That's their, you know, goes across their brand. They've got brand colors everywhere and goes with their style. Everything, again, you know, good demonstration of multiple posts and how to do things correctly. I can see some of the templates have been used for quotes and stuff that we give you inside this training course, which is cool. But they've also created their own style as well. So yeah, everything's looking good and on point. Good selection of content. The only one thing I would say, if you are looking at this and you've got a team, I would always try and put you at the first, like Rich has done here. But then he's got like the reviews. So what I would do is bump Callum, Emily and Holly up and put reviews down towards the end. And yeah, he's done a great job here. They got like balayage as one of their secret appointments, specialist stuff, what they do. Then obviously the cutting for the ladies, and then the barber side of things and how to book, which is cool as well. So yeah, overall great profiles. Hope this video helps you break down what a decent profile should look like. And yeah, if you've got any questions, be sure to reach out to us inside of the group. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next lesson. All right, if you enjoyed that video and found it valuable, don't just watch and bounce. I drop real content every single week that actually helps you scale your business. None of that recycled bullshit that the fake gurus are trying to sell you for a high price. So if you're serious about building a business that runs without you, subscribe so you never miss the next video. Drop a comment down below with what hit hardest and what you're working through right now so I can help you out. And follow me on Instagram at jadams.uk for behind the scenes, mindset, family life, and all the other raw stuff I don't post here. Also, feel free to join my brotherhood community, links in the description, or if you're serious about stepping up, then book a call with me down below to explore joining the Business Owner Builder Elite Program. Let's go, guys. Real men, real business, real growth. I'll see you in the next video.
Let's go.